We're back with two of the best in the animal world. Emergency Response Manager John Garcia from Best Friends Animal Society and our very own Laura Nativo, a wonderful pet expert who got a little too close to her pet.
and got a lot of fun with my dog and a little battle scar. It's all good.
It's fine.
But can I just say she's a trooper for even being here, because some women would say, no, I'm not going on TV. I don't want the world to see this.
Who cares?
Yeah, and you're still beautiful. And
it's all about saving animal lives today. That's what we're here for.
Pie, though. Oh my goodness, look at that face.
This is Clementine, and Clementine's actually up for adoption at our Mission Hills Pet Adoption Facility.
Oh.
So she's looking for a forever home.
And you say that crate training prepares the pet for a disaster. How so?
Well, absolutely. Everybody should have a plan and for themselves, but then oftentimes people tend to forget about their animals. And our animals are part of our family, so we want to make sure that we have a contingency plan for everybody. Part of that plan is not only having things for your 72-hour kit for your animal, but also making sure that they're used to, going into a crate, so they're okay with traveling. Building those life skills.
Right. How do you prepare them? How do you crate train them and get them ready for this?
It's actually pretty easy. It's just a lot of short increments of very positive interactions with the crate itself. So, we can start by just tossing some kibble in, some of their favorite treats. In Clementine's case, she loves toys going in there. And then we can gradually just get her used to having a good time in that environment. And it's something we can transfer.
So they go, when you leave the door open, you throw the toy in, they go get it and come right back out?
At first,
that sort of thing?
Yep, and then gradually increase it.
It's their comfort zone. It's their safe space. So it's not like they're on punishment one day when you put them in there.
Exactly. And it could be a crate. It could also be a carrier. You don't want to forget all of the kitties out there. So make sure that they're really comfortable with being carried.
Let's talk pet disaster kits. We create one for ourselves, but often forget, like you said, to create one for our pet. What should go in it?
Well, typically you can take a normal 72-hour kit that you could either buy from the store, or you can create yourself for a human and then add the animal essentials into it. Part of that would be our food. We want to make sure that we have at least 72 hours of the food that your animals are used to eating. Treats, and we can't forget the toys to have fun. But the most important part—
In a disaster?
In a disaster,
to
absolutely.
keep them occupied.
Remember to have fun in a disaster?
It's really stressful, so you want to make sure they have something to do.
And 90% of survival in a disaster situation is your mindset.
Can I go back to the crate situation? So we have a disaster, like what happened at Katrina. What do you want your dog? Why do you want him to get into the crate? So they just don't run wild and run around? Is that's a safe place for them?
Well, for one, it's safety, but also if you think about it, it's a nice, familiar environment that they're used to, that was maybe at the home, and they could have their own blankets, things that they can smell, and that'll transfer into a new environment.
Okay.
And then you want to put medication in it, obviously, if your dog's on a medication. But here's the question. What if it expires?
Yes, the most important thing is to have adequate vet records, the most up-to-date possible, whatever medication you have, plus a family photo of you and your pet. We have a little sample right there. But the reason that we always want to rotate our food as well as our medication is to make sure things aren't expired. The last thing you want to do is go, during a disaster, have to, look at your medication, all of a sudden it's expired. So it's very important when you get new medication, you just swap it out. It's that easy.
Pet ID Week, Laura.
It is so critical with natural disasters. So many pets end up missing, and reuniting pets with their families, whether it's in the state of emergency or just your dog is out with, a hiker or something happens, someone leaves the gate unlocked. We want to make sure our pets have identification. So your first line of defense is just your standard collar with tags. And we even have something really cool. This is a personalized collar, and so a lot of times tags might fall off. Or in the case of this tag, this is Delilah's, and you always want to make sure to check the ID, because if you see from all of the clanging and playing,
and that's why many people
you can't really see. So if Delilah went missing and this is all she had, then we might be in trouble.
Can I just add, this is exactly what happened to me with my dog Nubian.
Oh no.
His chain would make a lot of noise at night, so I'd take it off, and I forgot to put it back on, and guess what? He ran away.
That's when
And you want to talk about someone who was devastated? That was me. But luckily, after thinking I'd never see him again, we had a microchip put in Nubian.
Oh, really?
When we first got him, and someone was kind enough to bring him back. It took about 2 weeks, but he was back home.
Is it necessary, the microchip?
And absolutely necessary. That's my second most important talking point, is make sure that your pets are not only microchipped, but you want to make sure that the registration is up to date. If you move, if you change your phone number, you always want to make sure that that information is accurate, because if they go and call and they can't reach you, your pet's going to go into the shelter system, and your pet may end up getting adopted.
It was a lifesaver.